Hello, and welcome to this week's Asia Business Network podcast. I'm David Clive Price. Last week, we talked about a question that many people have asked me: why can't Chinese business people get to the point? And this week, we're looking at another real-life challenge when doing business in Asia: the art of dining out. So this week's podcast is your ABC Guide to Asian Business Dinners. If you are planning to do business in Asia, it is essential to remember that the Asian approach is not necessarily direct and let's get down to business, especially when meeting socially, for example, for dinner. Most Asian cultures expect the approach to be indirect, even circuitous, and above all based on getting to know you in order to build a relationship of trust, credibility, and empathy. Since Asian cultures are so family-oriented, this often means that inquiries and discussion about family and social background or circumstances, homes and hobbies, initially take precedence over direct business negotiations. At a first business meeting, especially a formal lunch or dinner, a banquet of at least 8 courses in Hong Kong and China, business is often not expected to be the primary topic. Asian business partners want to get to know you, not your bottom line. They want to know if there's likely to be longevity in the relationship, if they can get on with you, if you have the ability to work in harmony with their business and social culture. Therefore, food, and discussion about food, is a great way to gauge if you are a good fit. It's also a fantastic way to build a long-term business relationship. Everyone in Asia loves to talk about food, the freshest local ingredients, the best regional variations, the optimum mix of spices, the seasonal variety of dishes, and so on. If you are able to talk about food and eat Asian food with gusto and without prejudgment, you will inevitably succeed in Asian business. The ABC Guide to Business Dining. So here are some basic tips for those essential dinner meetings. Be on time. Exchange business cards, holding the card as a rectangle in front of you to present. Expect to be slightly formal to begin with. Exchange handshakes if offered, but don't bow even if bowed to. Let the host order. Don't talk business. Try everything put before you. You don't have to finish it, just pick. Dishes might include sushi or sashimi in Japan, a wide variety of unusual animal delicacies in China, fiery kimchi, that is chili and cabbage, in Korea, various gradations of Thai curry, and more or less anything in Hong Kong. Be prepared not to turn your nose up, but instead offer the local word for delicious, home or hosek in Hong Kong and China, sarap in the Philippines, oishi in Japan, etc. Leaving some food is a compliment, suggesting the meal is too good to finish. Be concerned about your host's family, friends, daily life, and so on. Have a few words of the local language. Even thank you or yes or no gets you a long way in the business relations stakes. Be polite to the waiters, even if they're not polite to you or don't conform to your standards. Be complimentary, for example, about the local transport, culture, a temple you've seen, the city's modernity, the local food, etc. Toast only after the host toasts, but accept any toast in your direction with a sip of your wine and a slightly raised glass. Don't get drunk, even if your hosts do. A doctor's advice to be moderate is an easily accepted excuse. Sip slowly, because your beer glass or wine cup will be immediately refilled. If tea is involved, The locals will also regularly refill your cup. Acknowledge the refills with 2 fingers bent downwards on the tabletop, if in a Chinese restaurant. Finally, let the host pay. In China and Hong Kong, entertaining usually takes place at a well-known bar or restaurant. Similarly, in Japan, your host will take you out to wine and dine for the whole evening, sometimes with karaoke, so be warned and be prepared. Koreans, however, like to entertain both in restaurants and at home. If you're going to a private home, arrive on time and bring a small but delicate gift. Most Korean homes, as with many homes in China, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines and Japan, have a small lobby or cupboard where outdoor shoes are to be left and slippers put on. Don't walk straight onto the clean floor. I'd love to hear from you if you have tips or comments about doing business or dining out in China or in other parts of Asia. You can leave them at my blog, www.davidcliveprice.com/blog. And of course, please subscribe if you want more on-the-ground intel just like this. All you have to do is add yourself to the subscription box on www.davidcliveprice.com, and you can also subscribe to this Asia Business Network podcast on iTunes.